Johnson, just today, the National Bureau of Statistics announcing a 12.22%. That is where the inflation figure for May came in from 13.06% before. It's a slowdown, but we shouldn't bring out the champagne glasses because that was caused by a very marginal drop in food prices, wasn't it?
Yes, that's true. And although the food index is given a bigger weight than, it's given, I think, about 18% of the total inflation weight. But for me, there was cause to worry because when I look at the rise in CPI month on month, it works out to about 16% growth in annualized growth in inflation. So for me, if you isolate the last 3 months, which the central bank likes using for its inflation analysis, you'll find that it's some sort of even uptick, if we may say so, in inflationary pressures. So perhaps that could also explain the slide of the shilling.
Nderi, you're an absolute killjoy. It is end month, inflation is down, but you're saying we should not celebrate.
Yeah, it's still in double-digit figures, and secondly, I picked at the leading economic indicators report published by Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics as well for the month of ended April, and M3 again up again. I think about 26%. I'm not so sure. Can't remember the figures quite correctly, but I remember it was a rise. I think 1.26%. Anyway, or the annualized rate is about 26%. I'm not so sure, but the overall picture for me is that it looks like CBK has loosed up on tightening despite the rhetoric, and for me, again, that would explain the slide of the shilling rather than any other single factor.
All right, then I'll hang on to my champagne glass just yet. Also today, the debut of Longhorn Publishers at the Nairobi Stock Exchange to very little activity, just 3 trades. Tell us about this.
Well, it was a listing, and it's also in the alternatives investment market segment. 100 shareholders. Again, of course, nobody is selling if the price is not right. 3 trades, as you earlier said, 2 done at 20 shillings, one a bigger trade done at 15 shillings, closing price about 16 shillings and 15 cents. But we don't expect it to be a liquid share, seeing that it has only 58 million shillings 58 million shares outstanding or available, and not all that is obviously available for trading. So we expect that to be the trend.
So is
like
that
almost all other?
Is part of the lack of excitement because Longhorn Publishers is an old media company and everybody's going these days?
I don't think so. It's just the few shares. If you look at companies like Kenyan General, which has similar number of shares outstanding, probably not as probably Longhorn has a bigger float than Kenyan General, but the same number of shares outstanding, 66 million Kenyan General as opposed to 58 million for Longhorn. So you expect the kind of the levels of activities that you probably see with Kenyan General, right, adjusted for perhaps a bigger float.
So how's the money floating anywhere around the Nairobi Securities Exchange right now? Is there a bit of a recovery?
Yeah, we could say so. Thankfully, Greece has calmed, and of course that means the foreign investors who are participating in our markets, they're able to perhaps take a little bit more risk rather than close out their positions and run to hold dollar positions. So because of that, we've seen some sort of uptick. Of course, dark clouds ahead. Spain is becoming an issue now, but with the resolution of Greece, I think that was the biggest issue affecting the Nairobi Securities Exchange.
We were expecting the results for the Kenya Airways rights issue today, but they postponed that to later next week. Was the market pleased with this? Difficult
to say. There's no negative feedback on the share, but incidentally, that if there is trouble with the rights issue, I would imagine the share will gain, because that would mean no dilution. But from what we hear, perhaps there's a likelihood that it was undersubscribed. Again, that is good news for shareholders who thought they were going to be diluted. So we're just waiting to see. I think they said the announcement will come through in 6th of June. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed.
All right, we'll leave it there. Asante sana, Johnson Nderi, research analyst at Suntra Investment Bank.